Brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Tuesday morning. The home for salacious rumors. No, we're not. No, we're not.
No,
sure have
there's other
some
homes for that.
Flying all over Facebook. Unconfirmed reports of politicians acting like humans towards each other. Oh, it's tough.
Is this about bears?
This is about bears. Confirmed bears. Yeah, so we found out that the bear was confirmed. Yesterday we had unconfirmed reports that there were bears in the city, or at least a bear, and it was put down.
Yeah.
It's too bad. I mean, it's always too bad. It's just it's one of those things you got to get done, I guess. I don't know.
It's on my to-do list.
I mean, I don't...
Wake up, make coffee, kill a bear.
Kill a bear. Get on with my day.
Get on
my day. No, it's a shame. The bear that was reported over the weekend that we had unconfirmed yesterday was confirmed, but it was also put down by ENR. A lot of people kind of pretty upset about that.
Yeah, and it always kind of shocks me when just how upset people do get about situations like this. I mean,
no one wants to see a beautiful bear put down.
I mean, sure.
But I mean, once it's in the city, like it has lost all of its F's to give.
Well, yeah.
I'm going into the city.
Yeah.
I know that, like, the bear knows. I mean, the bear's not human, but the bear understands, like, all I smell is human right now. I know that this is bad. I know where I'm at is not good.
All I smell is human, and I want to just put it all in my mouth.
I want to put it in my mouth. Well, no, it's just so much garbage, right?
Oh, yeah.
They go for the trash.
Garbage, humans.
Garbage, humans.
Kidding.
No,
kidding.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I am. Mornings at the Cabin begins right now.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Tuesday morning, Taco Tuesday down here at Cabin Radio. Come on down for a little taco action. $2 tacos all day long. I hear Ollie firing up the burners right now, slinging hash into those tacos. I don't know why people think we're at taco stands. Okay, we started the show a little bit. We do our little intro, and we started talking about the bear. The bear that was put down over the weekend by the RCMP. So ENR and RCMP were tracking the bear. It got into the city. Reports of it between Max and the Fire Hall, Frame Lake Trail in Northland. So like very close to where people live.
Right. Dogs,
cats, children, all this stuff. So it was put down. We put up the story yesterday, obviously, and on Facebook, it's garnered a lot of talk, as stories like this always do.
Yeah,
147 comments last we checked.
Good Lord!
And what we were talking about is just how surprised or how upset people do get about stuff like this happening, and we get it. I get it. I get that why people are upset about this happening. It's just that it kind of has to. And again, I am no expert on this, so I'm just speaking from where I feel about it. Mm-hmm. Once a bear's in the city, it's really tough to tranquilize and remove it and not have it come back.
Well, and you just don't want to take any chances,
no,
right?
Of course
There's no reason to take any chances when, the bear is within city limits. There's probably... It's not going to leave on its own accord.
No.
It knows...
I mean, it might, but it might take a while. Like, you just leave it to its own devices. It'll just... Actually, you know what? I don't think it would. I think you're absolutely right.
I don't think it would, yeah.
It'll just keep on going from garbage to garbage until it's full. It'll have a sleep. It'll have a sleep.
You
and
mean buffet to buffet.
Buffet to buffet. It's a non-stop buffet. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, and we're coming up on garbage day. My garbage is full. And the bear had come around mine. There have been plenty of snacks.
And bet you've been eating delicious stuff.
Well, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yesterday I had a frozen pulled pork pizza.
Oh, the bear likes that.
Yeah, that's right. It's Krusty brand imitation pulled pork. But yeah, so it's one of these tough things. And I mean, we should, honestly, if we were any good at our jobs, we'd have an ENR officer on the phone right now being like, so why does this happen with bears? What? And they'd be like, well...
But let us defend them without their presence.
Absolutely.
If we could.
I don't think they can win in this situation.
No.
Right? Because I mean, had they tranked it and trapped it and removed it, there would have been people saying like, you got to put it down. It's in the city. Like it's gonna come back.
Right.
Once it gets a taste for that sweet, sweet human garbage, be it human meat or their literal garbage, it's gonna come back.
Bear never forgets.
The bear never. I don't think that's elephants.
That's an elephant.
And we don't want elephants in the city either.
No.
Yeah.
Certainly. You kill an elephant, and then people get really upset.
Really
You think
upset.
people are upset about this bear?
That's right. And I mean,
Ooh.
I, again, understand why people are so upset. Like, there's people who agree with what the ENR did and are still like, listen, I'm sad. I don't want to see a bear get destroyed.
No, nobody
However,
does, for sure.
Yeah, nobody wants to, like, they're beautiful. They're beautiful animals.
Well, I mean, they're godless killing machines, but...
Once they get a taste of that human blood, they are forever man-eaters.
But
I've
are
seen
cute.
The Edge, starring Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin and Harold Perrineau and Elle McPherson.
I have not.
Well, you should.
Okay.
Because it's fantastic. Have you not seen that?
No.
Watch The Edge. It's like It's like Jaws with claws. That's literally the
Jaws with claws.
That was the review that was on the video box. Because I always used to rent this movie. I thought it was. It came out when I was like grade 10. It's a great movie.
How did you get onto this? What did you
Well,
reference?
it's the bears.
What
The
reference
Edge.
carried you?
Oh, once they get a taste for human blood, they're animal killers for the rest of their lives.
I
and
see.
that's what I think the old indigenous guy in the movie, because there had to be one.
Well,
Gordon
of course,
Tatusis played
yeah.
the old indigenous guy. Actually, yeah. Anyway, he said once he gets a taste for human blood, he's a man killer for the rest of his life, or a man eater.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what happens. He gets a taste of Harold Perrineau's sweet
here
blood.
it comes.
Watch out, bear! He'll eat you up. All right, we're making a little light of the situation, but it is sad. No one wants to see a beautiful bear destroyed. I gotta say, I fall on the side of, like, once it's in the city, yeah, there it is. And I mean, there are people who are saying the same thing, and I've kind of got bounced back and forth in this in my adult life, in that, like, people are saying we're in the bear's territory, so blah blah blah.
Right.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
I've heard you say that about wolves.
Right. Yeah, and
Bears, I guess you don't like as much.
I mean, I've said it about wolves, but, like, I feel the same thing about wolves as well. Is that, like, we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here. We can't like take away the fact that we're here.
Yeah.
Right? For better or worse, we're here. We can't let a friggin' bear roam through the city because it happens to be on what used to be its territory.
Yeah.
We're a part of this equation. We can't just be like, well, human beings shouldn't be here. It's like, okay, but we are. We're trying to make the best of it. We can't just let bears and wolves roam around the city.
And supposedly we're all in this together.
Yeah.
The bear and the wolf and any other wild animal that, may or may not pose an actual threat to people, they're not buying into our garbage.
No, they're not.
I mean, our garbage,
Our
sure,
garbage,
they can get behind that.
Yeah, but not our like way of life.
No.
Like, if for
They're
the
not
most,
going to register to vote.
no, they're not going to pay taxes. No, but I mean, like, if a bear or a wolf hurts somebody, it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Right? And for the most part, bears and wolves and other predatory animals are going to stay very clear of humans. They get our scent. We stink.
Yeah.
We smell like poop to them. So they're going to steer clear for the most part. But if they get close, like, and it gets into a situation like that, it's going to be us or them.
Yeah.
And they'll go for it.
Yeah.
If they have to.
I think, by and large, I think a lot of people who are really feeling upset that this happened the way it did, I don't think they give enough respect to the inherent danger in an ENR officer's job.
Yeah.
They're the ones who have to deal with whatever may happen, whatever the idea for how to deal with the situation is. They're the ones who are responsible and are going to be affected by it most.
Like, you defer to the experts on it, and, like, they're trained to deal with these things.
Yeah.
And again, we reiterate that no one wants to see a bear killed.
No.
It's just that once it's in the city, that's the way it is. And, like, sorry, no, we're not on their territory anymore.
No.
If we go out and develop, like, around a bear den or something like that, yes. But, I mean, we're here now. We've been here for quite some time.
Yeah.
And you can't just let wild predatory animals, like, be in the city. Not just, like, on the outskirts of the city, Ingram Trail, Prelude, or whatever.
Right.
Like, next to people's houses in Northlands. It can't happen.
No.
So, there it is.
Yeah. Sorry, bear.
Poor bear.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Talking a little Salvagers Unites. Now, if you're not a part of this group, you absolutely should be, and if you don't know, I don't know what to tell you. There's like 7,800 members on this thing. There's
that many now?
7,000 like people in Yellowknife that have Facebook, and there's like almost 8,000 members in this group.
7,316 members.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. So everybody's on this group, basically. And basically what you do is you put up stuff that you want to give away, and people come and grab it. So there's been a lot of controversy all summer since this was started, as people, like, like every day there's a little bit of drama in this group, and it's usually has to do with like, well, I put stuff out and then somebody just kind of came to grab it before the person I told to come grab it came and grabbed it. And I was like, oh, well, did you leave it in your front yard with a sign that says take it? Like that's
Well, no sign.
There's no sign, but I mean that's kind of what it's come to. There's been people like that have gone into people's yards and been like, I assume this is free, I'm taking it because it's next to the curb. So there's been a few of those things, but it hasn't come down to this. And I saw this morning, and I knew it was going to come to this at some point. And so there's a post about 10 hours ago, and it's just a picture of like some metal poles. They look to be like parts that help hold up scaffolding.
Yeah,
that's what
braces.
Braces. Thank you. And it's just it's a picture of these braces, and it says, "Not sure what this is, but if you want it, it's yours. Pick up only." And I sent it to the group chat today, just saying it's finally come to this on Salvage Unite. I don't know what this is, but if anybody wants it, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't want to touch it. So
yeah. I have
here's
these barrels marked with the biomedical sign. I don't know what they are, but you want them. It's all yours. And one of the comments. Yeah, and it says that the guy first comments like those are cross pieces for scaffolding. Great,
right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we know the mystery is solved, but you can still have them. And one of the comments is great. On the way for that canoe, because there's a canoe in the backyard. Like if you're giving away stuff for free and you're like, I don't know what this is, but take it. Make sure there's not other stuff in the picture.
Yeah.
Maybe isolate the picture because someone might come by for that canoe.
It's a nice looking canoe.
It's a good look. It doesn't have holes in it.
We all know what that is.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I know what that is. That's a canoe. And this group is so great for people that want to give away stuff. And I mean, it started with like it started elsewhere as well, but it started here as just a way for people to like if there are people searching for things that maybe don't have the money, especially if you're out of work during the whole pandemic, then you get some stuff, right? But I mean, like early controversies were like people giving away like nice stuff, like here's a kitchen table we don't need anymore,
right?
Rather than like selling it and having people come negotiate with me over a friggin' table.
Yeah,
here it is. And then people would complain about that. They'd be like, we shouldn't be giving away stuff we can sell for free. It's like, that's not up to you. If somebody wants to give away their stuff, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
It's like, but, and like, then people would be on there being like, listen, I'm having a hard time. I need some stuff for the house. And people would be like, we should pay for that stuff. It's like, that's not the point. The whole point is that people are giving away their stuff. It's a good gesture.
Yeah.
And then every week or every couple of days, there's always someone on there. It's like, 25 for best offer. It's like, that's not the point of the group. So I always find it funny. And I knew it would devolve into this where someone just threw something on their front yard and was in their front lawn and was like, I don't know what this is, but if you want it, go for it.
Yeah, not only can we not have nice things, we can't even have free things.
We can't even have free things without people complaining. This is probably, it's a great way to get rid of some stuff. If somebody needs some braces for some scaffolding, great.
Yeah.
But at some point, you know it's going to be like, here's a bag of garbage. If anybody wants this.
Might be some good stuff in
there.
Might
be some good stuff in there. I can't remember what I threw out.
Yeah.
Just, clear off the coffee grounds and have at it.
One of the latest posts from Tanya is kind of along those same lines, but she knows what it is. It's just the wording is great. I have about 10 super long rebar things to give away if anyone needs them. Is this something people need? They don't fit in the box of my truck, so I'm not sure how to get rid of them otherwise. But someone's going to come get them.
That's right.
Come take a measurement.
Wade's already all over it. You got the measurements on those?
That's right.
And she's like, I can measure them. He's like, no, I need the diameter. They're about a finger in diameter, but yeah, come by. Wade's like, sounds precise. And then someone says below that, hey, if you don't need them, I'll have them.
See, this is Salvagers Unite.
This is Salvagers United.
People helping people.
That's right.
To get rid of super long rebar things.
About the width of my finger. Oh, okay, cool. I'll be over there in a second. Never use lunchboxes. That's great stuff. That's the next post, right?
And they didn't even post a picture. They just described it because, there might have been a canoe in the background. You don't want to take that chance.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff all around. There's a printer. Kids' lunchboxes. I love it.
Lots of good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on Salvagers Unite if you're not a part of that yet, but judge it by the numbers in the group. You are. Just remember, maybe try to figure out what you're giving away before you do. That's all. And if you're going to put a picture of something on your lawn, make sure there's not other stuff in it so people assume that that's also for free. I'm about to go get a canoe.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Joined by Ollie Williams to discuss just how schools are going to handle band practice when they get back to it. Basically, no blowing into instruments is kind of where it's going. And I mean, that kind of makes sense, right?
Oh, so you did know precisely what's going on. Great.
Yeah, well, I didn't say this was a segment of without knowing precisely what's going on. I just wanted you to join us so you could give us your take on all things going on.
Well, this is the
city.
best news in music class in decades.
Is
'cause
it?
You can't use a recorder.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Recorders are sent by the devil
Thank
to make us all
God
question
for
our
that.
hearing.
Hey, recorders
Terrible.
are fundamental.
They are fundamental for training.
Yeah,
you know,
they're
when
fun
I
for
see
kids and they
Lecter's
drive
side,
you
too,
mental.
You know? If I could just play devil's advocate for a moment, gentlemen.
Please
Recorders are terrible.
Oh.
But necessary. They're a necessary evil.
I mean, I don't even really know that they are. They're just cheap. They
For
kind of
teaching
give you the
music
idea.
theory,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
What are they
notes.
teaching you about music theory? They're teaching you that your own music is terrible. You should listen to other people's.
That's right. If recorders teach you anything, it's that if you blow into something, sounds will come out.
And you can play them with your nose.
That's right.
Very versatile instruments.
You can play the flute in your nose, too. So I mean,
Ah, okay.
you know.
So
And
not
that's
that
the
special.
That's the height of it, really.
Right.
Yeah. Put a flute in your nose, play it.
Don't need a spit valve for that.
So, no. It's not foul. Stories up at cabaretradio.ca. Our intern Sarah Sibley has a story for us. Music programs in Yellowknife schools will have a different groove this fall. Singing is prohibited, and so are wood instruments.
This is what I mean.
Wind instruments, I should say.
There's no singing. There's no recorders. It's just
You don't
bliss.
like singing either?
Have you
like
heard
singing?
children sing?
That's a good point.
I've heard some children sing. They're not bad.
Some kids are pretty good.
Yeah, remember that song that I think it was for cystic fibrosis back in the day? That's what daffodils do.
I
No?
don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was a Canadian commercial. It was either Canadian
okay.
Cancer Society or for cystic fibrosis, and it was a child's choir singing about what daffodils do.
What do they do?
They take a licking and shine right through. I think is what it is. I think that's what it is.
That's beautiful.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
Who's going
thing.
around licking daffodils?
No. But there are children's choirs that sound okay, right?
Yeah, not at like 11 a.m. in a music class. though.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Hey,
Yeah,
kids, this is what we're singing. All right. No.
Yeah, I remember singing Blue Nose back in the day, and we sang well.
Were you in band?
I was in
school?
band.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played trumpet grade 6, 7, and 8, and then grade 10.
Okay.
What
As
happened
well.
in 9? Just like, no trumpet.
No
grade
trumpet
9.
for me. Too cool for that. Back into it in grade 10.
Went to the xylophone for grade 9.
That's
Completely
right.
out there.
Blip, 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 blip.
It's when Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5 came out, and you were suddenly like, oh,
I was like, I should get back into
I don't
this.
know if
This
I want
guy
the
Lou
trumpet.
Bega's got it cornered. I have a trumpet again. I actually bought one a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
And I played a little bit. I haven't really gotten back into it yet.
You
I forgot how
bought
hard
a
it was.
trumpet?
Yeah, off a friend. It was like $100.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
The
played
old
it for a while.
second-hand trumpet market.
Yeah.
That's right.
Before-
So, it's out there.
Before COVID.
This is before COVID,
Yeah.
right? You know, before you weren't allowed to blow into things. But yeah, my music teacher back in the day said you were always a very good trumpet player. I was sorry to see you didn't keep
A
at it.
trumpist?
Yeah, a trumpet.
Yeah.
What?
Trumpist?
No, I don't
No?
think so.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Flautist is-
you're not a very good trumpetist.
Trumpet.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
he sits
Trumpet.
behind that, I don't know,
Trumpist,
I am a
Bolshevik
blowhard,
theme
though,
tune
so-
running in the background. He's hardly a very good trumpetist, is he?
A trumpeteer, I believe, is what it's called, or a trumpeter.
So,
Why aren't they called that? Oh, yeah, fans of Donald Trump called trumpeteers.
Trumpeteers.
That would just make so much more sense.
That would make sense. We're here to blow.
Trumpires.
We're here to blow hard and spit in people's faces. Trumpeteers.
in your day,
Yes.
did you share instruments?
No.
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
was one
okay,
thing that
actually, let me-
I was kind of
Yes.
taken aback a bit by the article. I thought in band everyone had to have
Well,
their
they do have their own instruments, but I mean, like the school, like if you can buy your own, obviously, but then the school provided some, so there'd be you using it and maybe another class as well.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I think there was some sharing going on.
Okay.
I know that I never in when I was doing it in band, I never bought a trumpet.
Okay.
I remember my parents bought me a saxophone when I was in like grade 5.
A saxophone.
Did not like playing it.
No.
Nope. Still have
Really?
it. Still in my mom's basement,
Wow.
I think. Anyway,
Break out
didn't-
that sax.
Did not like playing the sax.
Oh, you got to learn now.
Too many buttons.
There's a lot of buttons.
What am I supposed to do with all this stuff?
I think you just blow.
Yeah, and then just go. Blah, 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 blah. Ollie, you hate music.
Yeah, definitely.
This has become quite clear. So what are they going to be able to do?
Play ukulele, which is so much better.
I mean, that's kind of nice, but then you're just going to be like, for the while there, it seemed like everybody was playing the ukulele. Like even Zooey Deschanel had like a band where
Yeah.
she played ukulele, and it seemed for a while there that you had, if you had the indie voice, you wore a cute dress, had bangs, and played the ukulele, you could get a record deal.
It's amazing. This is a double standard.
It is.
No,
yeah.
Never did anybody say, "Oh, look at her. She's pretty cute. She's got a recorder. She's going to go for." Great.
Man, that rendition of Hot Cross Buns is pretty fire.
You know?
Pretty good on that tuba. Gets my toes tapping.
Speaking of tubas, Chrissie Carrigan's looking for a tuba.
Well, things are only going to get harder now.
You found a trombone, though. You saw that, right?
She found a trombone.
Sure,
I didn't
trombone.
see that.
Close enough,
That
right?
is
Begins
not
with T.
close enough.
No.
Those are two very different.
Begins with T, plays music. It's great.
Oh, way to settle, Chrissie.
Yeah, wait a
Jeez.
second. Oh, God. Begins with T is a brass instrument. There it is.
Well, you got to bust out your saxophone and join her.
No, I'm going to
her
bust
dope
out the
ska
trumpet. I
band.
can play the trumpet better than I can play the saxophone.
Well, this is
Okay.
good. Yeah, all right. We got a trumpet. We got a trombone. We got
There
like
you go. She wants to
how
start
many
a
kids
ska
are
band.
Yeah.
How many kids are there in Yellow? We got about 3,000 ukulele players. This
Now
is
we
going to be great.
If we're going to start a ska band, we just need someone who can barely play guitar.
Me?
And there
Yep,
you go. There
right
you go.
there.
Well, you can play drums better than we need a good drummer though.
Oh,
You play
well, I
drums.
can't. Yeah, but I can barely play guitar.
Yeah, just
I thought that's what the quality.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
terrible at
Just
it.
like one chord.
Yeah.
It's ska.
I can do that while I'm drumming.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I mean, it's gonna just like everything else. Everything's gonna look pretty different when it comes to school and bands. No wind instruments at all. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
ukuleles and well, no recorders.
No instruments that make sound.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, ukuleles make sense.
Just the silent ones.
It's gonna
But
be
you
a
get cello,
big
still
year
good.
for percussion.
Violin, still
Only that
good.
much.
Let's
Just be a
go
whole
let's go
bunch of
through-
sheet music with just rests written on it.
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
that's music
Yeah,
class
yeah.
during COVID-19.
All you trumpet players, relax. What else can we play? Guitar?
Well, apparently, so later on in the article, it mentions Mildred Hall students can expect more lessons in bucket drumming using percussion and rhythm instruments, or time with boom whackers that play different pitches.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I
Boing,
thought I knew
boing,
what a
boing.
boom whacker was.
Boing, boing, boing.
You seem to know based on that
I
little
think so.
demonstration there. I thought it was those boxes, like literally just like a square box that you sit on and you can play, and they kind of have different pitches around.
I don't think that's them. I don't know what those are called, but I do think those are always blooming cool. When drummers turn up to festivals and just sit on those little boxes and just
Right? It
that
looks so cool.
drives me insane. It's so cool.
Too cool.
Yeah.
1 second. Boom
I
whackers.
I think. Oh,
That's pretty good.
and they look like pool noodles.
They
right?
do.
Yeah.
So there's plastic tubes set to like different tones. That's pretty good. That's the Big Panther theme.
The Big Bang Thur? Is
The
that what you
Big Panther. Yeah, that's right. So xylophones, drums, no wind instruments, boom whackers.
Definitely no kazoos.
Well, no kazoos.
Those
That's
are
fair. Yeah.
Long gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to have some sort of wind-blown instrument at some point. So maybe just like create some sort of Pyrex box for these people to sit in, and they can play in there with a microphone.
Those sound pretty cool, though, those boom whackers.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone just has a set already. I'd love to get a set of those in here.
Okay, that's the
Figure
next story
something
at
out, huh?
CBC. Local man seeks boom whackers to start band. And just get a picture of you from high school with a stick in your hand. Huh? I used to play boom whackers. But I'm glad she found a trombone. That's awesome.
Yeah, it worked for Chrissie. Why can't it work for me?
Well, we got to have Chrissie on the show. We should have had her on already about that.
We'll give her a little time to practice.
That's right.
And then
Also, she does not wake up before 8 o'clock. So
okay.
having her on the show is difficult.
Give her another week to disinfect
Now,
that trombone
just-
before she brings it in.
just so I can't help but feel that we're probably not supposed to have a trombone player in here.
Probably not.
All right.
But we can have her talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
we've
She
been
can't
meeting-
sing. She definitely can't bring a recorder
We just can't share the trombone.
or be
No,
directly in its
am I reading
path.
that wrong?
That's right. That's right. We just
Good.
can't share it.
We'll just put her in Studio 2 and we'll talk to her from over here.
Yeah, there we
Studio
go.
1.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put her where Shannon goes every day. All right. Music class going to look a little different. Going to sound a little bit more boisterous with its banging, with its boom whackers, but it's got string instruments. I think we're going to be okay. And for the ska band, is there anyone out there who can't play guitar?
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Yellowknife Pride. That's right. Pride Week is coming up on the 4th.
A week
Events-
from today.
A week from today. Events run from the 4th to the 8th. And just like everything else in this, are we calling it the age of COVID? I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I
The
don't
age
like
of COVID?
it. No, I just like
No.
pandemic number 1.
But it's number 2.
One of many.
The Spanish flu.
No, there's been pandemics since then as well. There's H1N1. Swine flu?
Were those
SARS?
pandemics?
SARS was a pandemic. Remember when 500,000 people gathered in Toronto in a tight space in the middle of the city to support SARS?
That's literally all I remember about
Remember
SARS.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AC/DC was there.
Can you
the
imagine
Rolling
if they had a
Stones were
COVID
there.
concert like that? Rolling Stones come out, 500,000 people in the middle of Toronto. It's like, let's eradicate COVID. Don't cough on anyone.
Oh, Mick doesn't look so good.
No, he doesn't. He never has. But just like everything else, it's going to be a little bit different this year. Everything's set to go online, like many other festivals, right? I mean, even for Folk on the Rocks, we can't. The Folk on the Rocks was canceled, and I mean, they didn't really have any. They've had a couple of events. They've had a couple of live shows.
Yeah,
and then, of course, we played the best of last weekend. So Yellowknife Pride kind of switching to online, hoping that they can still engage the community as much as possible. Chelsea Thacker, executive director of the Rainbow Coalition of Yellowknife, who first took on Pride last year, said building community through online events may be a challenge, but hopes people still feel they are part of the celebration and contributing to the festival. You can find the story at cabinradio.ca. Our intern, Sarah Sibley, who apparently just does every story now, is hard at work doing all these stories and has that for you at cabinradio.ca. Also, go to Yellowknife Pride on Facebook for a calendar of events. It's going to start next Tuesday, like we said, with a virtual flag raising at City Hall at noon. There's going to be coloring contests. You can download a PDF, and winners will be announced just after Pride is done. That's on Friday. Wednesday, Pride panel will be a Zoom call. All week, there's going to be a scavenger hunt all day, all over Yellowknife, and you can pre-order merchandise as well for Yellowknife Pride Week 2020. And then the Rainbow Run on Saturday to kind of cap everything off. Route to be determined.
Not just any merchandise, by the way. Limited
editions. Limited editions. Absolutely.
So they'll have events, obviously info on that as well. So you can go to Yellowknife Pride on Facebook or rainbowcoalitionyk.org.
Slash YK Pride Fest.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. I'm sure it's easy to find once you get there. I love the logo. I love the new logo they have this year as well. The raven with the rainbow wing. And
is that a new logo?
I don't know if I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, actually.
You know what? If I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
Fair enough, yeah.
There you go.
I didn't notice it at first, but now that I'm looking at it, yeah, that does look like a little bit of new branding. Perhaps on the limited edition merch.
Ooh, I like it. I will be ordering my merch this week. I want to get some of that sweet, sweet merch.
You can find them on Instagram, too, at Yellowknife Pride.
There you go. So stuff, plenty of things to do over the Pride Week next week. If you want to participate, like we said, go to Yellowknife Pride on Facebook or rainbowcoalitionyk.org. And for the story, to hear what Chelsea had to say, go to cabinradio.ca. Sarah Sibley has that for you as well. So, I mean, so awesome. I mean, obviously, everybody's kind of making the pivot online.
Yeah. And
it's been to varying degrees of success for certain things.
Yeah.
And other festivals and other acts and things like that have kind of decided, we're going to not do it this year. Burlesque making that announcement a couple weeks ago, deciding that we're not going to do an online thing. They felt like it took too much away.
I mean, it works for some, and it doesn't work for others.
That's right.
It's I mean, especially for Burlesque, and I think this was pretty much their statement that like that atmosphere of having a bunch of people packed into a place, and the what it creates just cannot really be recreated online. I mean, other groups have done an admirable job of trying to do exactly that, and I think have done a pretty good job. But there is something to be said for having things the way that you want them to be. And I mean, you can adapt, you can try. It's not necessarily going to work. But definitely know, I don't fault anyone who doesn't think that they can make things happen the way they intend them to.
Well, and Yellowknife Pride stepping away from that as well. Notably absent is the Rainbow Cabaret.
Yes.
Not going to be a part of Pride Week this year. And, of course, we understand why. But, I mean, they're going to do their best to give you as many activities, as much a community organization and community growing as possible over next week, starting next week on August 4th, just after the August long weekend.
Yeah. But obviously very inclusive, which is great, and full week of events, which is impressive that, the effort that takes. I think, we sometimes kind of understate a little bit, because it does. It
for
takes
idea people such as myself.
Well, yeah.
I poo-poo at the organization because I'm like, well, I came up with the idea. Certainly, that's the biggest part.
There's no event without the idea.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Exactly. None of this happens if I don't open my big yap and say, somebody should do this.
Yeah.
Not including this. Of course, referring to the drive-in movie, which was totally my idea. And it was a smashing success.
It was. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't take all the thanks, though.
No.
AJ helped a bit.
Yeah.
Go on Facebook. Check out Yellowknife Pride. They get their full schedule of events. Check out the story at cabinradio.ca. Wonderful stuff that they're still putting on a Pride Week here in Yellowknife. It takes a lot of organization, so kudos to Thacker, to Chelsea Thacker, and the entire team over there. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for this Tuesday morning. No tacos sold. Again, I don't know what we got to do to get the word out there that we are a taco restaurant. But, this is just how it goes.
Maybe we should just focus on radio.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fine. No more cabin taco shirts. They are no longer available. All right. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.